In this video, I'm sharing with you 4 DIYs using leather and lace. This is part of the open collab titled Leather and Lace. The first 2 projects are going to be color specific to use in my craft room. This is a Gatorade Zero bottle that I'm going to turn into a pencil / paintbrush holder. And I thought the shape kind of mimicked a corseted dress or bustier, whatever you want to call it. So I'm using a box cutter, and I shaped out some scallops in the front. Once I removed the larger piece, I was able to use my detail scissors and get a better shape for that. And I'm using Diva Pink Apple Barrel acrylic paint to paint the entire bottle. As I said, it's color specific for my craft room. You could use anything you like. Now this is some vintage lace that I thrifted, and I'm going to put it upside down, cinching it at what I'm calling the waist part of the bottle. I'm just going to hot glue that down, wrap it around, pull it tight, and then that long piece that I have sticking up, I'm just going to fold it in and glue it down, pleating here and there where needed, so it will lay down. And I just went all the way around the bottle there. And it's looking like this so far. Then I took another piece of that lace, and I'm going to cut it right down the center of that ribbon that runs through the, well, it's not exactly the middle. You see what I mean. I'm going to be using that longer strip. I'm going to put it right up under that ruffle that I have, like so. Just hot gluing that down. And then I'm going to be folding those ends over and gluing it on the bottom. Again, pleating here and there where needed. And then I'm going to finish it up by cutting a circle to go on the bottom that will hide all those ends and also make sure that it's sitting flat. I hot glued that on the bottom there. And now I have a beautiful, colorful pencil holder. But wait, there's more. I decided to cover up that red. It was just clashing way too much. So I'm going through some of these leather pieces that are actually an earring kit from Amazon. And I'm going to take some of the white leather, cut some strips just big enough to cover that red. I laid that on top, glued it around, and now she is funny. There goes some pins in there, some pencils, paintbrushes. Y'all, this is such a great addition to my craft desk. I really love how this turned out, and I may actually make another one for my daughter's makeup brushes. For this next DIY, I'm using some of these Dollar Tree round gift boxes. I've had these things for probably 8 to 10 years, and they are the perfect size for the 2-ounce craft paints. So I'm going to make them match my craft area better. I'll be covering the boxes with this beautiful contact paper from Dollar Tree, and then I'll be adding some leather buckles. I thrifted these little boots for $1, and I'm just going to cut the buckles off of those. Now that I've got the boxes covered with that contact paper, I'm going to hot glue a buckle on each one. I thought maybe I would do 2, but it was just taking away too much of the detail of the paper that I used there. So I just settled for 1 per box. There, I'm just straightening up the line that'll be in the back. No one will ever really see the back of these boxes. No one but me. So yeah, after that, I'm going to keep the silver lid as is, but I want the other one to match, so I'm using some pieces of silver leather to go on the top, and I'm cutting some strips to go around the sides. And I hot glue that on. And that's it. No lace on this one, just leather. And I think these look fabulous. And they're a great match for my craft room as well. I may have to go try to find some more round boxes. As I mentioned at the top of the video, this is part of the Leather and Lace Open Collab that I'm hosting along with Tiffany from Broke Girl Aesthetic. With Junkernecker and Broke Girl Aesthetic together, you know we've got some great budget decor for you. If you're not familiar with Tiffany, please go check out her channel. She has some great budget ideas for decorating your home, and she also does a fun time Friday every month where you're allowed to post anything of interest to you on her channel. I'm doing another trash to treasure craft here using this square box, and it's just the right width for these pieces of leather that I have that were in the earring kit. And what I'm going to do is color block the box to match these picks that I picked up at Walmart for 97 cents. There, I'm just trying to figure out which to eliminate. I want to go dark light on the box. I cut the flaps off before starting. Really, I could have just folded those flaps under and made it more sturdy, but that's what I did. Now I'm going to line these up on the box and put a line of hot glue on the bottom and top. But first, I'm using Territorial Beige and Apple Barrel paint on the corners, because if the corners show through for any reason, I don't want it to be Mickey Mouse show in there. So yeah, here I am gluing some pieces on, gluing on the bottom straight across, making sure I've got it to both edges on each side. Then I'll put a line of hot glue at the top of the box too, and then later I'll fold in the excess. Here I'm adding some off-white lace ribbon that came from Dollar Tree. I'm adding that on each corner of the box. And then the last accent I'm adding is some lace ribbon. It's vintage ribbon that I picked up at a thrift store. It's got a peachy color mixed with off-white. Goes perfectly with the flowers that I'm using. And I went all the way around with that. And then I stuck some floral foam in the box there and started adding my flowers. Now these Walmart flowers look like they're missing one on every one of the bundles where it has a eucalyptus looking greenery. So I just took some carnations off another Walmart sprig and stuck them onto the empty area there. And here's my flower arrangement. There's that leather covered box. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty from every side. And these colors would be great year-round, really. Awesome colors for fall, may I add. But yeah, neutrals for any other time. Beautiful. For my last DIY, I'm going to be doing a leather covered book. This didn't turn out as planned. If I do it again, I've got ideas of a way of doing it different, better, but Anyway, I'm measuring to see how much I need to cover the book. I'm just going to be gluing it onto the hard cover. I cut a little bit of excess in case I have an oopsie in my measurements. And then I put tacky glue from Dollar Tree on one side of the cover. Stuck it down on the leather, put a heavy book on top of that and let it sit for a couple of hours. And then I'm going to be putting that tacky glue on the other cover as well. I'm not putting glue on the spine. It's not going anywhere. I pulled that leather tight and stuck it down. Put the big book back on top of that. And then once it dried well, I came in with my heavy scissors, cut that leather excess away. Now this is just something that I should have done before I put the leather on. I'm going over the navy blue of the book cover with some ivory chalk paint so it blends better. Now I've got this cream color, more vintage ribbon. I'm going to put it on the spine of the book with some of the thick outdoor Mod Podge. I'm going to do 2 strips back to back, so I've got more overhang on the front and back of the book. And I just did a line of the Mod Podge, then went over the top of that ribbon with my brush once I had it on there. Then I laid that other piece just overlapping that little line right across the top of the ribbon lace. Same thing, went over the top of it after I got it into place. And before I set it aside to dry, making sure that I don't have too much overlap. Like that. There we go. Once it dried, I came in with some more of the outdoor Mod Podge and stuck each side of the ribbon the rest of the way down. Brushing that Mod Podge along the edge and then folding that lace over. Like that. Now I had the idea to do some gold stamping on the leather. It didn't turn out so well, so flip. I've got a new front now that used to be the back. I'm going to use some green twine that I picked up at Dollar Tree and I wrap around 5 or 6 times, cut it off and make a little shoestring bow. Then I'm going to straighten out those pieces of string. I want it to look haphazardly but not too much clustered on top of each other. So yeah, turned out all right. I will do it differently next time though. And look, it goes so well with my leather platter. I think that was a great addition to the platter, just to have it up on that book like a little riser. Here's a last look at my craft room DIYs. If one of these is your favorite, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I've left a link for you in the descriptions to check out the entire playlist. Joining us are some creators like Simply Becky DIY, Anna from the Grace Life DIY Home, Courtney of Amethyst Adventures, Violet of Violet's DIY Style, and Kelly Santi Designs. While you're checking those out, if you're not already subscribed, slap that subscribe button so you can see more of their wonderful creations. Until next time, bye-bye.